Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today, we're gonna be skipping Oberon because he's about to get a rework, so I'm not gonna cover him till that update goes live, so I can cover the rework. So I'm gonna move right on to Octavia. Octavia is one of my go-to frames. I love her so much. She's a very fun Warframe. Very strong. She's a very, um, she's squishy, but she's very good with damage, and she's good at just giving buffs all around. She's very, like, useful support frame to have. And all in all, man, I love her. She's cool. The only reason I don't play her too much is because she's too good. I'm not gonna lie. Um, anyways, um, we're gonna be going over her passive. We're gonna go over her abilities separately. Then I'm gonna show you all later how they synergize. I might not show all the synergies just because I have a very unique way of playing her, and there'll be that. And then what else will I do? And we're gonna go over a build that is meant for new players or people who are barely picking up Octavia or people who don't know, who want like a template of how to mod her. It'd be for that. I don't believe in meta builds. I don't care for meta builds. If you're looking for meta in Warframe, you need a life. Um, that sounds harsh, but yeah, I've never liked the idea of a meta in Warframe. Anyways, um, yeah, we're gonna get right into it. And by the way, I have like multiple different styles for her. So I have this one, I have this one, which I also love, and then I also have this one, which is based off the high school I went to, which I love. It's super cool. I was a band nerd, by the way, so when Octavia came out, she was like my main for like such a long time. So when Octavia Prime came out, I really had to get her. So, well, yeah. Anyways, let's compare Octavia Prime to regular Octavia, which I think regular Octavia is even more squishier. Where is it at? Right over here. Okay, so comparing base Octavia to Octavia Prime, her health stays the same at 270. Her shield goes up from 180 to 270. Her armor stays the same at 160. Her energy goes up from 275 to 215, and she has a sprint speed of 1.05. So she's pretty average when it comes to speed. Um, Energy is pretty cool. She is gonna be cast heavy frame. What is this for? Okay, this isn't important. Okay, yeah, I can have this. It's fine. Um, yeah, let's go over her abilities real quick. So her passive right off the rip, what's gonna happen is she's going to be able to replenish 30 energy for 30 seconds when allies are close to her casting area. So long as you play around her, you're gonna be getting a lot of energy, and this happens with like any one of her abilities. So that because she is going to have to spam her abilities to kind of keep things going, right? That's pretty much what it does. Is there anything else more to it? Yeah, no, just that. Okay, so going on a mallet, her first ability. Essentially, what she does is she throws a ball out in the middle. Um, that ball is tied to the beat, the drums of your mana chord, which we are gonna go over later on. Not entirely. You're just gonna go briefly over it because it is a whole complicated thing that would really help out your abilities. Um, this is gonna be tied to the percussion of the of your mana chord because you can make your own songs, and it'll take in damage that the enemies deal to it, and then it'll also deal that damage back stronger. You get me? But to the beat, like to the percussion of it. So there's that. It is based on cooldown. Like it does have a cooldown and it does have range. So if you want to get the most out of this one, you're gonna have to modify for range and duration. Okay, going on to resonator. Resonator is a roller. And the rollers are like it's based off something with the Grenier. This is tied to the base of your song, and what it does is it charms enemies and it makes them follow the roller. So It's a good crowd control. It's a good way to disarm people, but it's also a good way to keep aggro off you while your while your rollers distracting enemies. These two, Mallet and Resonator, have a synergy together, where if you throw Mallet and then you throw Resonator, Resonator will go pick up Mallet, and as it's roaming around and let's say Mallet's getting hit, you're dealing damage while this thing is moving around. So you can kind of like charm enemies, make it follow the ball, while the enemy starts taking damage from the Mallet. It's pretty cool. Anyways, going on to Metronome. Metronome is a very fun ability because it gives out a crap ton of buffs. Um, Hold on. I think you have like four buffs with Metronome, and this is tied to what is it? The harmony of the song, I think, something like that. I don't remember. Um, Essentially, what this does is you have beats coming in, not like beats from your percussion, but like from the, I guess, the harmony part of your music. And if let's say you crouch the beat, like I'll show you mine later, right? It can turn you invincible if you crouch in time. If you jump to the beat, you will get a speed buff. If you shoot to the beat, you will get a multi-shot buff. And then if you melee to the beat, um, you get a damage buff. They have different names. I think one's Nocturne, one's Forte, one's what is it, Vivian's or something like that. And the third one is Nocturne, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. I think I don't really, I don't care too much for the names. I think that's what they were because I was like checking up on it a while ago. Um, a very fun ability. I know a lot of what I'm saying doesn't make sense. Trust me. Well, when I start showing you what they do, how they work, interact, it all makes sense. Anyways, if you want to get the most out of this ability, you're gonna want to go for duration and range. No, Octavia is all about range and duration. You can add a little bit of strength, but range and duration is your go-to. And then if you have all three of these active, you cast your fourth. I have to say that because your fourth amplifies the effects of all the abilities, Resonator and Mallet and stuff. I don't know. I think it's just Mallet that it affects, but it your other abilities benefit from it. So what amp does, and I need you to keep in mind where you cast it is where you get the most benefits from it. It's a damage buff for your team. Obviously, it's within a set range. It's on a cooldown. It has a set duration too, I think. Um, the closer you are to the initial cast, the greater the damage buff you're gonna get. Not only does it amplifies your damage and your squad's damage, but it also amplifies the mallet's damage, and it doubles its range. So when you have all of these active, you get massive amounts of damage output from Octavia, and she's a very good Warframe for that. Um, and that pretty much sums it up. Does this do anything else? Yeah, no, that's it. Um, and we're gonna be just going over the showcase right now. So we went over that. I want y'all to see that right now. Aside from that yellow crystal, I have nothing on this. She's a very, she can be a complicated frame if you're on the outside looking in, but hopefully when I show y'all what's up, you will see like it's the concept of how she plays is very simple. So I'm not gonna pause enemies. I want to start with this. Let's simulate these guys. So we're gonna go over her first ability, which is right now. I'm gonna let them all come over here. So I'm gonna throw it. You're gonna see it's gonna soak up damage from the enemies. I'm gonna throw it over here. And it's gonna start dealing damage. And as enemies keep shooting it, they're gonna be dealing damage to themselves. And yeah, this thing has potential to just deal out massive amounts of damage. It doesn't matter what level they are. It's slow to pick up, but once it gets to it, you're good. And the funny thing too is, if you throw it and a melee unit hits it, it's pretty much gonna knock out a lot of enemies. Freaking hilarious. Um, what I used to do when I was ranking her up is I used to just like cast it and stand around here and let them shoot it and just watch the enemies around me just die. Freaking hilarious. We'll cast it one more time. So you saw that initial effect, right? So you put that, and already at base it's at 19 seconds. So it's already a good duration. It's max rank with no mods, so it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna last that long at rank 0, rank 1 and stuff. Once you get it to max rank, it's gonna be. It has a good duration to it, but it's not enough for you to not just let it be there. You have to like spam it to keep it active and stuff. So every time you do cast it, you're gonna have to reset the damage, have it let it soak up damage. So sometimes it'll be dealing massive amounts of damage, sometimes not enough. But I mean, it's good either way. So there's that. Now to show you the second ability. I don't know what song I have, by the way. I can't hear what's going on. But as you can see, it's keeping them distracted. It's doing very small amounts of damage. And that's all it is. It's good for keeping the enemies distracted, keeping them off you. And they'll follow you around too. I'll knock all these guys out. No more enemies? We're good. Alright. Let me see what song I have on here. So I forgot to go over the mana code real quick. So let's say abilities. Oh, it doesn't show here. Upgrade. No. Oh, it's down here. What song do I have on here? Yeah, this is what you gotta do. This affects your first ability. This affects your second ability. This affects your third ability. What song do I have on here? I'll go with this one. Yeah, go with that. Yeah. You can like make, yeah, you can literally make your whole thing. Let me go over that real quick. I'm not gonna go over it in detail, just to show y'all what's up. So essentially what you can do is you can select whatever you want to play. And these are, if you, okay, so if you're a band nerd, okay, this is gonna make sense to you. So you have 4 sets of 4 out of 4. Yes. You have 4 sets of 4 of 4. And you can dictate the pace with how much. So each one of these is 4. So you have 1 over here, 2, 3, 4. Then that's second set of 4 and all that stuff. In band terms, 4 of 4. So there's, I don't even know how to like, I don't want to geek out. You just have 4 sets of 4. And the time is 4 of 4. So in band terms, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get to do that 4 times. That's how much beat is in a set and stuff. It's complicated, but yeah, it makes sense to me because I'm a band nerd. I know what I'm talking. I know what I'm saying. Like, I understand what I'm trying to say. And within this, you can set up kind of how you want it to go. For me, right, because it's kind of a slow pace, I manipulated the beat, made it double. So instead of adding just, let's say, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll have beats on 16th notes and stuff. And yeah, it's very insane. You can do a lot. This is modded mainly for my, this March version that I have is mainly for my mallet. You don't have to have like everything going right, but it's just on the big beats you deal massive amounts of damage, on the small beats you deal small amounts of damage, and it's pretty cool. It's really fun to play with. You can definitely make your own songs. Some people have made actual songs off this. It's pretty cool. I like it. But yeah, that is what's up. The march is something that I made for myself. Like I said, regarding like bandit stuff. Okay, so we're gonna show off the third. Okay, so third ability, I don't need enemies for this, kind of. So I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna show you the easy one. Oh, am I seeing this right? Hold on. No mana cord. Yeah, okay. I guess it's different here. But yeah, so basically what happens is you cast it, say if you crouch, you go invisible. This is the invisibility one. I don't know why it's showing not that much. But also if you jump, you can get a speed boost. You can see right here on the top. You just have to jump on the beat and you get like speed boost. And then if you made on the boost, you're gonna see a damage buff called Forte. Yeah, I don't really focus too much on Forte because it's gonna be very inconsistent anyway. So yeah, and then if you shoot on the beat, you get a multi-shot buff. You have to like time it to the thing. Let me see. So that you just play along with it. You play along with it. You're gonna get a like a variety in terms of buffs. So there's that. And then to show you the fourth ability, I'm gonna just show you the damage casts, the damage increase. I'm not gonna show you the synergy with the damage yet till later on. So let's look at this enemy. So I shoot him once. Oop. There's that. So right here I have a 182. So I'm dealing more damage. I promise you, you're gonna see the synergy later on in the live demonstration. For now, I just want to show you what essentially this does in terms of the damage output. It's pretty significant. I'm not gonna lie. It just depends on how you modder, which we're gonna do right now. Anyways, let's go to modder. So if I was a new player, if I had just picked up Octavia, how would I approach modding her? So seeing her abilities, I'm putting myself in the mindset of a new player or someone who just picked her up or someone who's looking for a better build for her. Would start off with the aura, immediately throw an energy siphon because she is energy heavy and you are gonna need a lot of it. So, where are you at? Where is she? Right here. I'll throw this on there. And immediately I already know I want to focus on range and duration. So I'm gonna throw on flow for more energy. I'm gonna throw on continuity for duration. I am gonna throw on some vigor for some survivability. Throw on some strength. No, not strength. Throw some range. Range. And go back here and add these for more range and duration. Plus, this gives you some shields to play with if you are wanting to get the most out of it. And then for the extra slots, you can throw on a little bit of strength. So I can throw on some intensify, and then the last mod could be whatever you want it to be. Mm-hmm. And throw in some Augur Sheikahs for some more strength. Why not? I'll throw that on there. So right now, this is what we're sitting up with in terms of stats. We have more duration, more range, more strength. You're gonna see how much it affects the abilities. We'll go over my build later on in the live demonstration, but yeah. Simulate these guys. Oop, you get some energy. I'll have you shoot each other. And if you want to see how much damage that also increases with range, there's this. I was gonna wait to the live demonstration to show it, but yeah, this is how much it increases the range. All in all, it's very good. It's useful, and I need to tell you that this thing is line of sight based. So long as enemies are in line of sight of this, they will take damage. It doesn't affect enemies that are, I think, below or above. So it's on a flat plane. Like, it'll affect these guys because they're looking at it, right? They're in line of sight of it, but it's an interesting direction to keep in mind. As you play along with it, you'll see what I mean, but let's show off the roller. So the roller has more range, it deals more damage. It's actually killing enemies, to my surprise. That's a good way to just keep enemies busy. See, the fourth doesn't affect it. By the way, if you're looking at the fourth, my damage increase has gone up to 281%. So that's what that's doing. And if you want to see the synergy between mallet and roller, I'll show you right now. And also the fourth is here, so it's increasing the range of the mallet. So yeah, the range and the damage. I'm at 308. Nice. Anyways, and then we'll show you the third. I don't really have to like show much of this because this one is just an ability you're gonna be running with, and you can trigger Nocturne, which is the invisibility one, which is probably the one that's gonna help you out a lot for your survivability with going invisible. Everything else you're just gonna be using it in combat. Like when I shoot, like it'll randomly just give me like random bonuses, so it don't really matter. Melees, I mean melees are all different. You have your combos, you have your way of playing. Trust me, it all works out in the end. It's a good ability. So, yeah. Anyways, we are going to go to my ship, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna be working with. So, Give me a sec while I transition over there. Alright, so we are back on my orbiter. I have my loadout set up. We are gonna talk about it real quick. By the way, I love my ship. Anyways, so here's what I have different from everything else. So I'm running energy siphon. Like I said, for the energy, I'm running flow, continuity, stretch. I'm running transient fortitude for the strength. I'm running these Umbro mods, which are that you can get after you hit the second, not the second dream, the sacrifice. I'm running these just for health and strength. I'm running this for more. What? What? Why am I running that? Hold on. Efficiency. I don't need efficiency. Um. Where is it? This one. Yeah. So I'm running this for more strength, strength. I'm running range over here for stretch. Continuity is pretty much all I need. I'm running overextender for more range. Not as much on the strength. It's just to offset the hit to my strength. And then what I'm also running with here is I'm running with Malt Efficiency, which is gonna grant me up to 6% duration while shields are active. Then I'm running Malt Augmented, so as I'm getting kills, my ability strength goes up to 25%. So that'll get me up to like 175 strength, 235 in range, and what is it, like close to like 130, 131 in duration. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Obviously, I'm running with Sonora Prime, which is really good machine gun. Pandero Prime. I'm running the Vacor Sidon, because I'm trying to keep this sort of theme to like band, and I couldn't think of anything because I don't want to run like a dagger or sword with her, so I think this is like good aesthetically. And for my companion, I'm running my Smita Kavat, which I'm primarily using her for the crit buffs. So the whole point of this is to increase the whole damage that she deals herself and with her allies. Was there anything? Yes, it's mobile defense. Okay, cool. She works perfect in mobile defense. Ideally, she's gonna be really good in defense in general. She can cheese them, but she's very good support frame in that sense. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be focused on the team aspect of this, and I'm gonna show you how you all are gonna want to play her. I am not gonna yap as much because I think I got everything I think I got everything I need to say out last week. So I'm really just gonna break down what we're gonna do. Hopefully we don't go through it too fast. Ooh, there's an Axie one too. Not like Saturn. Okay. What relic should I run here? I run this. I think in this one you might hear my song. I think it might have changed when I changed it in the demonstration. Okay, so he's got the thing.
This is a mobile defense mission.
Got.
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance.
Right now, the whole point is to get to the objective. You don't need to use much. You can probably cast your third ability, but not yet.
We've got to find a terminal. Proceed and prepare.
No, just using this one. First ability. Go! Got stuck. So you want to throw this somewhere down where there's line of sight. You're going to want to cast your fourth on it. Just have your third up. You can use the second and the first together, but I'd rather just throw it down to lock an area down and move out and deal with the enemies.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
My Warframe is strong.
Yeah, for me, I just cycle through the first, the third, and the fourth. If I use the second, it's because we're getting overwhelmed. We're getting overwhelmed with enemies, and we need to take a little bit off
Area completed. Move
the
on.
aggro there. In harder missions, being invisible is gonna be like a lifesaver. So there's that. Right here, as you can see, my the most damage amplify I can get is 327. Obviously, it goes up with kills, so just keep that in mind. Since I'm running Molt Augmented, very good, convenient augment to have. I'm not gonna lie. You can trigger her third ability sometimes by rolling. So rolling or sliding, you can trigger it. Check on the objective. Bro, I can't aim. I'm playing too much Battlefield. By the way, I have a lot of content already that I'm working on. Super excited.
All data logs indicate that there is an awoken artifact somewhere here. Get to it now, defend it, and then we can leave. Artifact found. Defend it until the extraction team arrives.
And by the way, if you haven't seen my Battlefield 6 campaign live stream, highly recommend y'all check it out. Honestly, I don't want to say it's like... No, it's pretty good. I like the campaign. It's not bad. The story is eh. The way I view the campaigns when it comes to games with battle royales, I look at it as a story before the season starts. So the campaign is sort of like the explanation of what's going on in the multiplayer, and I'm hoping they build off the story in campaign with the live service. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do. But I hope they make the story cohesive and add a bunch of Easter eggs and stuff, because like people in Battlefield are known for the Easter eggs. Super cool. Bro.
The odds were against us, Tenno. but we
And
did
that's
it.
pretty much all
Mission
she
complete.
does. You can use her second ability, but I normally don't run it. I just run with first let my mallet gather damage, activate my third to keep the team buffs up, and then activate my fourth close to my mallet so I can visually see where the damage amplified is at, and um, yeah. Let's see what I get for a reward. Should not do the freaking emote, bro. What else? She's a very good Warframe, like I said. I highly recommend you get her. She's worth picking up and farming. Well, I wouldn't say farming. If you want the base version, I wouldn't recommend farming her. She's one of those frames that you'd rather get with plat because farming her is so annoying. Look at this. But definitely worth the platinum in my opinion. And the prime version is also really good. I like the way the prime version looks.
Another job well
Yeah. With
executed.
that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you made it this far. I hope you all understand Octavia better. I hope I showed you how she plays. I hope you all learned something from this. This series, just remember, is meant for new players, people who are wanting to understand how a Warframe plays and how she synergizes. And yeah, hope you all have a good day. Like I said, if you made it this far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. We just cracked 60 last week, which I'm super excited for. Um, Sorry if my God, I need to get a new controller. Sorry if my explanations don't sound as good. Octavia's like really, she's one of those in-depth Warframes that there's a lot to explain, and unless you know like band terms like Forte and all that stuff, um, it would be easier for me to explain it for you. But I'm not trying to dumb it down, but I'm trying to keep it kind of in a way for y'all to understand. And her abilities are one of those that like even if I explain it the way I want to, you'd have to see it to see what's going on. You get me? Um, but yeah, she's a very strong Warframe. Like I said, I highly recommend you pick her up. Very fun. Um, and I have her themed for this month because I support the boob. And yeah, with that being said, once again, sorry. I don't mean to drop my outros. I need to get good at getting the outros good. But yeah, if you made it this far, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if you think of Octavia. And I hope you all have a good day. Catch y'all later. Peace.